Hello and welcome to the Insecure Chef. I'm here with Regina as always. I hope you're enjoying this summer of 2025. Here in the Northeast, and I guess around the country, it has been blazing hot. But we're nice and cool in here today. I'm going to be doing a skillet chicken thigh. This is a boneless, skinless chicken thigh. It'll just be for me. And it's going to have some onions and shallots and all kinds of good spices and a little rub. We're going to put this over pasta, and it'll have a tomato kind of base. And I'm going to throw an egg in there today just to get a little silkiness to that sauce. So let's get started. I've got the chicken breast, the chicken thigh here. As I said, it's boneless, skinless. I've already trimmed any excess fat that there was off. Someone asked me on the site, Chef, how come we never see you cut anything, or rarely see you ever cut up stuff or anything? I gave two reasons for that. Number one, I try to keep the video reasonably short, so it doesn't get too long, and cutting would add to that. And more importantly, there's hundreds of videos out there with people who can show you how to dice and cut and slice a lot better than me. So that's why you don't see it. So I'm going to take this chicken thigh. I'm just going to put a couple of little slits in it, about 5 thereabouts, just a little bit. Nothing major, as you can see. Nothing very deep. Okay, that's I'm going to just do that for now. That'll help us when we braise this thing up in the pan. So with that, let me just quickly clean my hand. And now to that, we're going to be putting a rub on this. The rub is a salt, paprika, dried garlic, black pepper kind of deal. You can use any rub you like, but this one I made up myself, nothing special. And I'm just going to get this on this thigh here, like so. I'm just going to pat it in there like that. Okay, and then I'm going to flip this over. I'm going to do the same thing here to the back, like that. We're going to push that in there like so, and flip it back to the front again, and we'll just finish off whatever we have left here. All right. What we're going to do now is I'm going to move over to the stove, and I'm using a cast iron pan. You don't have to. I like the cast iron pan when I do this kind of thing. It kind of helps it give it a little bit better browning, but any deep skillet will work that you have, so don't be concerned. But the skillet you do use should have a cover for it. Okay, so keep that in mind. All right, we're going to move over to here right now. Yeah, so I'm just going to fire this up. I'm going to keep it around medium to medium high. Not too high, of course. I'm using olive oil. We don't want to get too much smoke. If you see an abrupt cut in the video, it's because my smoke alarm went off. But hopefully we'll avoid that. So I'm going to put just a little bit here, not much. This will be maybe a teaspoon or whatever I've got on the recipe there. Yeah, that should be plenty. Right, and we're going to let that heat up. All right, I've let this heat up a little bit. You're starting to get a little shimmer. As I said, I'm using olive oil, so we've got to be careful. We don't want to get this too smoky. That'll definitely set off the smoke alarm. Okay, so we're gonna get that. We're gonna take our seasoned chicken, and we're gonna lay it in the pan here. That's a good sound. Okay. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna let this start to brown up, and when one side is brown, we'll flip over to the other side. I don't know how long that's going to take. It really depends on the thickness of your chicken thigh. But you use your judgment. What the best way to do that is, while it's cooking, you can start to peek underneath, and see if you're getting a good color. All right, so I've been browning this for a minute or two. We're going to take a look. We're going to flip this over and see what it looks like. All right.
Nice and brown.
There we go. Well, that's why I like that pan.
Yeah.
All right, so now we're going to do the same thing for the other side. I'm just going to give this about 30 or 40 seconds while this is browning, and then we're going to start adding the additional ingredients. So I'll let that just go for 30 seconds. All right, I'm going to look and see how we're doing on this side. That's very nice. Okay. All right, so I flipped it back now to the original side, and now I'm going to be adding our onions and shallots. That's what's going in. If you don't have shallots, you can just use onions. I like the flavor of both. I had a shallot on hand, so I decided to use it up. There we go. That's close enough. All right. So we're going to stir this around just a little bit. Smells good, don't it, Nick?
Yeah.
All right, so at this point now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover this pan up. And we're going to let this cook until those onions soften up. Yeah, at this point I'm just now going to add a little chicken broth. If you haven't got chicken broth, you can use water. Just maybe about an ounce or two. And we're just going to cover that up. That'll help it steam these onions and soften them up. Alrighty, as you can see now, the onions have now softened down very nicely. So now at this point, I'll be adding our diced tomatoes. I'm going to give it a little shot of tomato paste. A little shot of salt. I'm going to throw in my fresh basil. Now you'll say, how much of this? That's up to you. I love basil, so I've got probably a teaspoon in here. You can go with less if you like. I love it. So that's going in. Give that a nice stir. And we're going to cover again. Now, of course, you know the chicken has got to get up to 165 degrees, so I'll be using a thermometer. You should use whatever you think is appropriate, but definitely make sure that chicken is cooked. All right, I'm just going to now add a pinch of sugar to this. This step is, really up to you. Some people find the tomatoes, maybe they're not to their liking, they're a little bit tart or whatever. This I suggest you decide on your own. From any other experiences you had, anytime you've worked with tomatoes and tomato sauce, if you think you like it a little bit on the sweeter side, you can go right ahead. Again, there's not much, we're not putting much in here. So it's a step, I'll leave that as optional to you. So we're almost done here. We're going to give these just another 30 seconds. All we're doing is, softening down these tomatoes. All right. Yeah, that looks good. The tomatoes now have softened down. And now we're going to throw in our well-beaten egg. All right. This will turn this sauce nice and creamy. Just going to mix it around. Get it incorporated in there. You're not trying to make an omelet. Looking good. We're going to check the temperature on the chicken. Chicken temperature now is 187. So the chicken's cooked completely. You agree with it?
Yes.
All right, so that looks good. We're just going to give this one last stir and then we're going to take it off the heat. Looks good. We're just going to move this off the heat for now. Okay, I've taken the chicken off the heat. I've just finished cooking our pasta. You can use whatever pasta you like. I'm going to just take this right now. Let me just drain this out. Like so. Okay. Throw that on there like that. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to, if I can find my gizmo, yeah, I'm going to take our chicken. I'm going to lay it right there on top of the pasta, like that. And then I'm going to take our sauce and our onions and get as much as I can on there. It'd be easier if I did it this way. Like so. And you can take as much sauce as you like. Alright, I'm just going to finish this off with a little splash of parsley, like that. And then if you really want to get exotic with it, maybe just a little olive oil dribble. If I can get it to come out. Oh.
Won't come out?
I don't know why it won't come out. Well, anyway, that would have been a good idea. I thought I had some in there, but I guess there isn't. But that would just kind of add a little richness to it. All that is optional, of course. So, I'm going to bring it over here. Like so. And we'll see what this, how this came out. I've got to find the chicken buried underneath there. As you can see, the chicken is cooked beautifully.
Oh, yeah.
All right, no
Beautiful.
problems. No problems with that.
Well done.
Only problem I'm going to have is it's going to be red hot. Like butter.
Is it like butter?
And that's good. The fresh spices, especially that basil, came right out of the garden. I'm just going to sit here and eat. Yeah, that's cooked beautifully.
Yep.
All right, let's take another bite of that. I'm very happy with that. So there you go. It's a simple skillet thigh. You saw it was easy to cook, no big deal. You can modify this a million ways, as you can see. You can use the egg, don't use the egg, you use egg white if you want to use that. You can play with the spices. You can use hot pepper in here, just whatever you like. Anyway, enjoy from the Insecure Chef and his wonderful wife, Regina.
Have a good night.
Thank you for watching. Sorry we've been away for a while. We've been busy, busy, busy. Have a good summer.